I need to hold down the push to talk button when I'm talking. Uh, almost gave Logan a heart attack. Welcome everybody to the stream. You may notice Tessa is not with us tonight. She was not up to streaming this evening, so we're going to do something fun instead. Thank you for joining us as as we do our shenanigans. So, just quick introductions. For those who don't know, my name is Matthew. I usually play the part of Crackers. You will not be seeing a parrot tonight. I apologize. And let me just see how we're sort of arranged here. Let's see. I guess we'll do to my camera right is Heather. If you would like to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Heather, one of the directors here at Nerdsmith, and usually I'm playing Coral. I don't know who I'm playing yet today because this is a different game than usual. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter at amethyst_magic. I'm here on a bunch of different Nerdsmith stuff, including Geek Thyself, and on Tuesdays, Shenanigans.
And to the lower right, we have Jay.
Hello, I'm Jay. I play Fortune on this show. I'm on Twitter. I think the Twitter is on screen. I'm not sure. It's JAYY. Text. It's spelled on the screen. Yeah. I do art and stuff.
And beside him, we have
Hello, Autumn Blaze, also known as Osalantonaria. I play Gwilyn Hayes on this show normally. We'll see what I play tonight. Artist, writer, you can find me, and also you can find me here on several streams on Friday, but you can find me on Twitter as Losalanta Blaze.
And last but not least, we have Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach. I run one-shots on the public Nerdsmith Discord, so maybe you could find the link down in the doobly-doo. You can also find me on Twitter at DuskFeyDruid. I play Jaffer Zanzib, the Rock Gnome Artificer.
Okay. So, quickly before we get started, I do want to thank our sponsors for this stream and for the Nerdsmith Network. World Anvil, the most robust world building program on the internet. I know because Logan has tried them all, or nearly all of them. World Anvil has been a fantastic sponsor. You can check them out at worldanvil.com and see all of the great stuff that they have if you are doing any sort of world building for RPGs, writing a book, anything like that. They're a fantastic resource, so check them out. We also need to thank our other sponsor, Die Hard Dice, the makers of the finest metal dice you can find on the internet. Custom exclusive designs, all of them beautiful, and we love them very, very much. And if you want to go to dieharddice.com, you can use the code SALTY at checkout, SALTY, to save 15% on your first or next order. It's a one-time use only code, but it will save you 15% on some gorgeous dice like the one that Heather is holding up right now. They also have their Dire D20s and an arrangement of polymer dice as well. All of it beautiful, all of it well worth your time at dieharddice.com. So, what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be playing a little one-page RPG called Scrolls and Swords. And we'll get into explaining how that works exactly as we get into the game. It is written by a fabulous individual named Andy Murphy, based on the Lasers and Feelings RPG. If you are familiar with that, it's another one-page RPG that's a lot of fun. So, it's very simple. You should be able to easily follow along and learn with us as we play. So, it is a stormy day on the ocean as the crew of the Lady of the Marsh has set sail and is on their way to a new destination of intrigue and adventure. And as their hired crew members take over running everything up on deck, the officers and members of this adventuring party find themselves below deck amidst the stormy seas, just having some extra time on their hands, needing to find something to do. Each of them, in turn, Fortune, Gwillin, Coral, and Jaffer, get a little message coming through to their heads in the voice of Crackers, their parrot companion, asking them to please join him in the galley. One by one, you all arrive, gathering in the galley room to find that Crackers is sat at the large table where the crew's meals are served, and he has set up before him an arrangement of a few pieces of paper with some like writing charcoal and a few of these cubic dice set out on the table as well. And Crackers himself is set at the well, not really set. He is standing on the head of the table, and you notice he has this it's like three-sided plank of wood that he's set up that partially marks off his position from the rest of the chairs at the table. And he says, "Ah, yes, good, good. You've all arrived. Have a seat over here where I've set off papers, please. We're going to be playing a little game that I've been dying to try out."
What
Okay.
sort of game?
Oh, this is quite wonderful. It's something called a role-playing game.
Are there wizards? Oh, they're wizards.
You can, in fact, play a wizard if you so choose.
A role playing game. Well, that sounds interesting. Exactly what kind of role playing are we doing?
We'll be taking on, you, I should say, will be taking on the roles of adventurers undertaking a daring quest.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard then.
No.
Very good, very good. Well, just take your seats here. And, let's see. First, we'll need to create your characters who you'll be playing in the game. So, if we could, one at a time here, you will need to choose a style for your character. Give them some kind of a theme or an archetype, if you will. Now, you have a few choices in this regard. You can choose a drunk, a master, an idiot, a righteous character, a criminal, a dangerous character, or a sexy character. Let's start with let's start with Jaffa. What sort of character would you like to play?
Sexy.
Okay, very good, very good. And
Choice.
Gwillin, what about you?
Well, it's hard to decide if I'm playing the type. I really don't know if I should go with sexy or dangerous. But I suppose I'll choose dangerous since Jaffer took sexy.
Very good, very good. Fortune, what sort of character would you like to play?
Hmm. I can be a master of. I will in that sentence there. I can be a master.
I bet.
As everyone completes the joke in their head. And Coral, what sort of character would you like to play?
Well, I suppose I'll try. Criminal could be interesting. So let's go with that.
Good choice as well.
Very good, very good. Now, the next step is to choose your role within this adventuring party. You can be a warrior, a bard, a ranger, a wizard, a priest, a paladin, or a thief. And let's go in the opposite order. So, Coral, what sort of character would you like to play?
Well, if I'm going to be playing a criminal, I suppose I should be playing a thief then. That makes most sense.
Criminal thief. Yes, very imaginative. Fortune?
I know little about magic, but I want to be a wizard.
A wizard? Very good. And Gwynlyn.
I'll take warrior.
A dangerous warrior. Ah. And
thought I'd pick the type.
finally, Jeff.
If you're playing the type, I guess I'll play a bard.
Sexy bard. Well, I'm very flattered that you would model a character after me.
Could have been 2 people in this room.
Thank you for that, Gwilyn.
Now, I will need each of you to choose a number between 2 and 5. You want to choose a higher number if your character is very good at magic, and a lower number if your character is very good at more martial means of combat or passionate actions.
Five?
So your character is mostly focused on magic and not very good with martial combat, I see, yes.
I'll take a 3.
Well balanced.
4.
And actually, I think I'll go with 2 because I don't really think that. Yeah. I'll go with 2.
All right, then. Not a very good magical thief, but that's good. We have a good array here of numbers and skill sets. That's quite wonderful. Now, now we get into the actual character playing, role-playing bit. This is going to be very fun. So, you each are adventurers, and you have a small bit of renown. You've not done any great deeds, but you are known in certain circles. And each of you is called upon to visit the home of a great sage, a wise individual who has seen the portents of an coming evil. As each of you arrives in turn, I'd like you to briefly give sort of a visual description of your character. Who should start here? Let's start with Jaffa, your sexy bard, and tell us your name as well.
Sure. My name is Beatrix, and I have like cotton candy, like blue and pink hair. I'm like tall and lithe.
And do you have any particular instrument that you use for your bardic magic? Or are you some other form of artistic expression that you use?
I play a harp.
Very good. Next, we shall say, Fortune, your master wizard arrives. Please describe them and give us their name.
Probably very fine robes and well decorated to prove the worth of earning so much from so many adventures. A tall, handsome, curled horns. Which name? Euphoria.
Very, very good. Very good. Euphoria, the master wizard. Next, we shall say a dangerous warrior approaches. Gwynlyn, would you tell us your name and describe your character?
Her name's Mira, and I'd say she's very, very athletic build. Probably wears not like plate mail, but a bit heavier than what I'm normally wearing. Combat myself, sort of decorated armor. It looks really put together and nice. Maybe some fine etchings in the plate on the shoulder piece there, and a beautiful, well-crafted sword.
Ah, quite lovely. Mira, did you say the name was?
Aye.
Very good, very good. And as each of you introduce your character, you notice that there's a mage hand scribbling things down with a quill behind his little divider. And finally, Coral, your thief skulks in from the shadows. Do describe them and give us that name.
All right. Well, her name's Helia, and she's quite small. Let's say she's about 3 feet or so. I'm thinking like a halfling, probably. And lots of black clothing, something that blends in nice with the shadows, right? And a couple of daggers at her hips. Probably got a rapier somewhere as well. And something tying her hair back, and some sort of mask covering the lower half of her face, just in case. Dark hair.
I see, a very roguish type indeed. Wonderful. Well, the four of you find your way to the home of this sage. It is quite an elaborate construction, you see. Sort of a tiered treehouse built onto this great ancient oak. And as you enter into the sitting room, you see there is an individual waiting for you. This very tall, broadly built, handsome birdman with bright blue, fantastic plumage and a nobly hooked beak. And he's perusing tomes of literature and lore, and as he sees the four of you enter, he says, "Ah, welcome, welcome to my home. Please, be seated." And he gestures to this table that's been prepared with 5 chairs.
Beatrix does a cartwheel and then flips over the chair and then lands on it perfectly.
Roll swords for me. You wish to roll quite high. You'll have to roll over a 5.
Rolled a 4.
Your cartwheel does not go exactly as you planned. You do wind up in the chair, but you have quite a sore bottom after.
I try to play it off and I do jazz hands.
All right. Helia will take a seat. She's going to keep her back to the wall, though, just in case no one can sneak up behind her.
Mira will sit where she can see the door and keep an eye on the door and the host if possible.
I will take a seat. Just not trying to impress. That clearly didn't go well for other people.
Very good. As you are seated, your host also lowers himself into a chair, quite gracefully, and says, "I have brought you here because I have been given most disturbing portents of events about to occur. It would seem that there is an army of undead on the march. They are marching from the dread plains of Galubalak in towards the giant keep of Swulgard. This is most concerning, for the giant keep of Swulgard houses the cold light crystal, a artifact of arcane power capable of restoring the dead to life. I believe that the undead seek this crystal."
Well, that's a problem then.
That's
Aye.
a lot of people to bring back. You don't want that many people suddenly in one area.
Ah, yes, but it is worse than that. You see, the cold light crystal can only transfer the energy of life. In order to return one person from the dead, life must be taken from somewhere else in the world. And so, to restore an entire army, the toll could be devastating.
Well, that sounds terrible.
Indeed, it would be terrible. You must make haste to Swolgard Keep. Perhaps by taking the mountain pass you can reach it before the army of the undead and head them off.
Any ideas on how we can stop them then? After we get there?
The giant keep, I believe, has fortified defenses. However, strangely, seems to be unoccupied. The giants are not there to defend it themselves.
Well, that's interesting. Does anyone know where the giants went?
I'm afraid that is a mystery to me as well.
And you've no idea what sort of defenses it has?
I would imagine the standard sort: ballistae, catapults, various implements of siege warfare, and deterring sieges.
Sounds like a typical Friday then.
Yes. Shouldn't be too difficult.
Should you accomplish this task and protect the cold light crystal from the undead army, I'm sure the whole of the realm would be in your debt. Your names would be that of legend, and the songs of your deeds will be told here and yon for years to come.
Well, I like the sound of that. Is everyone ready then?
Yes, of course.
I suppose.
Sure.
Very good. Then make haste, my friend.
Right, let's go.
All right.
Very well, and so your quest in tow, you exit the sage's home and proceed towards the mountain path. Now, is there anywhere you wish to stop or anything you wish to do on your way to the mountain path, or would you like to proceed directly there?
Well, I mean, if we're trying to play this like we would a normal adventure, we should probably go and get some supplies. Some food and some healing potions or something, right?
Yes.
Right.
Did the sage give us any money to buy supplies with?
He did not.
Ah,
Why didn't you steal anything from him?
Why didn't you use your charm to convince them to give you things?
I see how this is.
all right. We're gonna have to remember the abilities we have since they're not the ones we usually have in real life, I suppose. Well, yeah.
I'm everything my character is. What are you talking about?
You're a bard then?
I sing.
I've actually heard that on Night Watch a couple of times, to be honest.
All right. Well, fair enough then. But nonetheless, if we're gonna be going on an adventure, whether it's us or in the game, we've got to have some supplies on us.
Yes.
All right. So
What sort of supplies do you wish to procure?
well, I mean, if we're going into an empty fortress, we're going to need food and we're going to need possibly some extra weapons if anyone's using something that shoots from afar. And we're going to need water if we don't know where there's water. And we're going to need, she just starts
Undead
rattling
repellent?
off. She just starts rattling off all the things that we would normally have to make sure we have access to if we're going to go on an adventure.
And rope, let's not forget that. We always need more rope.
I was about to say.
That's right. You've always got to have a rope and chalk because you never know when you're going to need to mark something.
Yes. Well, the game systems don't really go into a lot of inventory management. It's much simpler than that. So we can assume that you have the basic sort of supplies, food and water and whatnot, and rope. Yes, you can have rope.
Thank you.
It's fine.
Zombie repellent.
All right.
Zombie repellent, perhaps not so much. But you could certainly try to stop somewhere and find zombie repellent.
I think
Well,
zombie repellent would be some sort of priest.
I was gonna say, could one of us switch to cleric?
Priests and fireballs, I'd say. Those would be the best zombie repellents.
I think we're locked in.
I'd say
Fair
so.
enough.
Okay,
And
we go
definitely
to
weapons that smash them. Those seem to
Yeah.
be the best.
squishers. Mhm.
Right. All right, so we've got our supplies, crackers. So I guess we're heading up into the mountains then.
Fantastic.
We
You
have a
travel across. I'm sorry. What was that?
Do we have a map?
Yes, you have a map in your on your person, of course. You travel across hill and dale until you reach the mountains. Majestic, snow-capped, mysterious, and dangerous, you proceed through the mountain path on your way to Swolgard. And as you round this twisting, turning path that cuts through the mountain range, you come across, you think, a goblin camp. You see a cave entrance with a glow of firelight in the mouth. This is approaching dusk on your first day of travel, you see, and you hear cavorting and giggling in the high-pitched, squealing sounds of goblin voices. What would you like to do?
I like goblins. Maybe they're friendly.
I mean, there might be. Some of them are. But the question is, do we want to go talk to them or do we want to just sneak past in case they're not?
Here, I'll go
Okay.
ahead because I'm really good at talking to people, right?
I mean,
Yes.
usually bards
Yeah,
are,
right.
so yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I'll go ahead, and then you just like stay behind and like make sure that everything's cool. And if things go poorly, you run in and kill them. That's fine.
I mean, I'm good with this plan.
I mean, all right. So I guess, can I follow behind Jaff? What's your character's name again, Jaffer?
Beatrix.
Can I follow behind Beatrix and hide in the shadows and make sure that she's got backup?
Absolutely. Roll swords for me, please, Coral. You wish to roll high.
All right. So I just roll one of these things then.
Yes, yes. Actually, I will say because you're a thief and you're attempting to sneak, this is your speciality. So roll 2, and you need at least one of them to be above a 2.
All right then.
Would I have gotten that for my flip?
All right. Well, I rolled a 5 on one of them.
Excellent, excellent. Potentially Jaffers. Yes, I suppose you could have gotten a second die.
I-
said something sooner.
I'm
But
going to follow behind to make sure that we don't need to fight, but I'm going to magically make myself invisible.
very good. Roll scrolls for me. You may roll 2 dice and use whichever is low.
Okay. It's a 2.
Fantastic. So, with a magic incantation, you become invisible. And Helia, you slink through the shadows of the oncoming night as Beatrix, you walk openly forward towards the opening of this cave and the goblin camp within. As you approach the mouth of the cave, you see within what looks to be a small campfire with a sort of a trivet set up over it and a large iron pot with something bubbling away over the fire, you see. And dancing around it, you see half a dozen or so goblins in tattered remnants of clothing that it looks like they may have stolen off of someone or another at some time and slowly worn down to disrepair. And they are dancing and cavorting around the flames, singing songs in their harsh goblin tongue. What is it you wish to do?
I wish to meet the beat. I want to play my harp and get in with them and see if I can join their party.
Ooh, very good, very good. I will say, roll scrolls for me. You may roll 2 dice, as this is a bardic attempt.
I rolled a
Miss-
6.
I'm just going to hang back and wait for screen.
A 6 and a 2. So an 8?
No, you just need whichever die is lower. So.
Lower, it's a 2.
Two, fantastic. Yes, you do indeed begin strumming your harp in time with this song, and begin joining them in this cavalcade, this revelry. And the goblins all turn to see you in surprise, but they can't help but sort of boogie on to the beat that you're providing for them. And very soon they are caught up in the sway and accept you as one of their own.
I can go back to work now, right? Am I done?
No, we're not done. This is still an adventure to do.
Okay.
And
Now
no tinkering while we're playing. It's a distraction.
It is distracting, I have to say he's right about that. I've been staring at it this whole time.
I mean, it is, but the little turtle thingy that she's making is really cute.
It's adorable.
Thank you.
What's it do again?
Shoots like a force bolt.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's that one. Yeah, it's useful. Can we do that in this game?
Can I do that? I know magic.
Possibly. Anyway, Helia and Euphoria, you see this going on as Beatrix seems to bewitch these goblins with her magical talents. Is there anything you wish to try and convince the goblins to do, or wish to say to them, Beatrix? They seem to be in your thrall at the moment.
Yeah, I want to say, join us and fight the army of zombies.
I think their dancing and cavorting stops as they hear a tale of an army of zombies. One of the goblins says to you, "Zombies? Oh no, we don't like fighting zombies. They're very big and strong, and we squish easily."
No, you're warriors, and I tell you how great you are. You're really great. So join us. You're really strong, and we need you to be fodder.
You
And to
like
help.
picking up strays, don't you, Jaffer?
Can you tell?
Just a wee
It's a
bit.
show. It's showing a bit.
It's better to have friends than enemies.
I have to say
It's
though,
true.
Crackers, that's a great voice you did. Good job.
It was pretty
well.
good.
Thank you very much.
Agreed.
Why don't you make an attempt at rolling swords for me, as this seems to be something of a diplomatic situation you're trying to negotiate.
I rolled
if you're
a
trying to
1.
use your... No, that's not good at all. That's not good at all.
Oh, okay, that's bad.
You want to roll high for swords.
Oh,
I was going to say, if you wish to use your sex appeal in some way to try and convince them, I would allow you to roll a second die.
oh yeah, I want to do that. I want to begin to like twerk. Okay, so I roll another again.
Yes, and try and roll very high.
You're trying to do what
4.
now?
I don't know.
I think that's that thing we saw that night in the tavern, that odd dance. Everyone had an argument about it, whether or not it was good or not.
Oh,
But
you mean
everyone
from-
was pretty drunk.
You ever saw Loxodon? They got junk in the trunk.
You mean from that bard that was traveling from out of town?
Aye,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Oh, I thought she just had some sort of itch on her tail.
No, apparently that's a thing where she's from. It's
Good
really
for me to-
popular there.
I don't think I
Why would
succeeded
you
with
try
a 4.
with a tail?
I don't know. I feel like
No,
my
I did
tail
it.
would just start whacking people in the face.
I find it hard to believe that Fortune isn't familiar with this dance, but no, unfortunately, 4 is not a success. So these goblins are not swayed by your bolstering attempts to play up their ego and make them feel strong, and in fact they begin to run from the cave, screaming and throwing their hands in the air in panic, going, "Ah, undead army, run for the hills!"
I really suck at this.
As soon as they're gone, my character, oh god, what's her name again? Helia's gonna come out of the shadows. That didn't go very well, Beatrix.
Oh, that's me. No, it didn't at all. And they must not like dancing.
Well, it sounded more like they don't like the undead. I can't blame them. But on the plus side, we've got their cave and their fire.
True.
Hey, Mira, you could come join us while
Hey.
they're gone.
Yes. I would
Gordon,
be
you already
happy.
killed him and you didn't call me. I think that's what she'd say.
Very good, Mira. You're playing your character.
They ran away scared. Something about being afraid of the undead because they're squishy.
Sure, it wasn't that smooth, but I'm sorry, she wouldn't know that. Well, alright. Did they leave anything interesting? Can we search the room? We like to do that a lot in real life.
That's true. Sometimes you find useful stuff.
Hey, is there anything around the fire? Or in the cave?
If any of you wish to search, you may roll scrolls for me. So you wish to roll lower than the number you chose.
Oh, I
That's
shouldn't do
not
that
I
one
can
then.
do that.
I chose a 2.
Hey.
I'm gonna try it anyway. How many dice do I get? Just one for that?
Just the one, yes.
Do we all get to do this?
Yes, if you wish.
I got a 3.
I rolled a 1.
I got a 6, that's bad.
Would I get to use 2 dice since I'm a criminal? So I probably look around for things that are worth a lot all the time.
Hey, she takes it.
I'd allow you to roll a second die, yes.
All right, I'll try it then. I mean, I might get lucky and roll a 1. I rolled 2 ones.
That's perfect, that is. Good job.
Very, very
Alright.
good.
High five, Coral.
Yes. I would say that, let's see here. Sorry, not Jaffa. Beatrix, you find a very large hammer. Sort of a comically large, almost sledgehammer. You can't imagine how these tiny goblins were able to wield it, but you think it'd be a most effective weapon. And Euphoria, you find stashed amidst the various bric-a-brac that these goblins have hoarded in their cave, you find a magic scroll with a spell on it, and I will allow you to decide what that spell does at the appropriate moment when you choose to use it. And Helia, you find something most interesting as you're picking through the nooks and crannies of this cave. You push aside a suspiciously looking loose rock, and you find a fresh, unopened can of zombie repellent.
That's perfect.
That's fantastic. Hey, Beatrix. Beatrix. Look
Yeah.
what I found. You were asking about the zombie repellent back in town, and look, I found a can.
It's
I don't
like it
know
was
why
meant
they
to
didn't
be.
take it with them.
That's great. Thanks, Crackers.
It must work. They were afraid of the undead and they're here with the zombie repellent. It works. I like it.
So Mira,
It makes sense.
here's a hammer. Because I don't know.
Ah,
I
that's
don't think I can
great.
wield hammers.
I'll take it. I can wield anything.
Done. It's like a big
'Cause I'm
sledgehammer.
strong.
Super big.
Very, very good. All right. So, as you are also examining, you find that this pot that the goblins were apparently cooking dinner in. It looks most unappetizing and sort of mucky and disgusting. I wouldn't recommend any of you actually eat it. But if there's nothing else you wish to do, you pass the night in the warmth and security of the goblin cave.
What if we did drink it though?
I'll just not do this again. This is. Can't you play your character different than you are in real life?
You put it in the game, Crackers. It has to mean something. Is it like something special? Like, I mean, you told us we shouldn't do it, but should we?
But Jaffer, he's describing it. It sounds like they basically have mud inside
I think
a
he
pot.
winked at
I
me.
mean,
I feel like I shouldn't encourage this, but at the same time, what if it's more zombie repellent?
I want to
mean,
know
That
what
would
it
suck
is,
to pretty gross.
but I don't want
Fair.
to eat it. So Jaffer's character should.
Either that, or we should drop something in it and see what
Here.
happens to that.
You know what? No, I just
mean-
want to take, and I want to carry it with me. Is it too heavy for me to carry?
You could not carry the entire pot, no. But I would allow you to fill like a flask or something.
Yes,
with
I want a
this.
flask of the ooze.
Very good, very good. You have a
true.
flask of mucculent broth.
If nothing else, it might be a good, like, stink bomb later if we need it.
Excellent idea. Okay, I'm
That's a
sorry,
good point.
Crackers. I derailed.
It's very greasy. It could also be very good lubrication for something.
Excellent.
What are
So-
rails, Jaffer? I've heard you mention them before with some of your tinkering, but I don't know what they are.
Well, okay, it's mostly on like metalworking stuff. Like the things that you put your hands on the edge of the ship.
Right.
And like off the rails is
Oh.
like a seafaring term, I think.
That's like when you jump overboard the ship.
Yeah, running after it.
Oh, like what
A
happened
cloud
the other
of
day with
lights,
those
yeah.
aboleth
Yeah.
things.
I,
Yeah, that was bad. Oh, right. So
We're
derailed is
derailing.
bad. I
Yes.
got it. All right.
I
Sorry.
think-
Sorry, Crackers.
It's all right. It's all right. So, the next morning arrives, and you all break camp and continue on through the mountain pass. As you get to a point where the pass forks in two different directions, you look off to the north, and you can see high atop one of the mountains, built into the mountainside, this great, impressive-looking fortress of massive stature. Looks quite regal and well built. And then you hear something off to your left, the other passageway. What sounds like clumping, and stomping, and creaking, and cracking. And you look to your left and you see an army of undead creatures, zombies, and skeletons, and other creepy, crawly nasties of the undead. They are nearly upon you. They are almost at the fortress. What would you like to do?
Can we get inside the fortress? Does it have like a gate we could lift up?
From here, you think you see a gateway, yes.
do we run for it then?
Yes,
Alright,
I suppose. I mean, are they slow like real life zombies?
They seem to be shambling more than anything.
All right. So yeah, I should run. Definitely run.
alright, let's do it.
Right. Run for the keep.
Ah!
Very good. You all sprint forwards towards the giant keep. And as you get closer and closer, it goes larger and more impressive. And you quickly realize that, being a giant keep, it is sized for giants. It is massive in comparison to you. You scurry across the drawbridge, and you come to a gated portcullis. However, because it is so large, you are able to slip between the bars quite easily, given your smaller stature, and you find yourselves in a large, impressive courtyard.
All right. Is there a way to raise the gate? Do we see one of those levers to do that?
You look about, and you do in fact see a crank that appears to be affixed to a chain that looks like it would raise the drawbridge. However, it is massive in size. No one of you could probably lift it, but perhaps more than one working together.
Alright,
I
who wants
will
to
use
help?
my grease to make it slippery.
Would that just
Very
make it hard to
well.
hold?
Beatrix makes the handle of the crank slippery.
No, like the gears.
Going to make the gears slippery. All right.
Yeah, so that's easier to move. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Very good, very good. And I'll need one of you to roll swords for me. You wish to roll high to try and lift this drawbridge.
Alright, I'm really good at this because I'm really strong. Do I get 2 dice?
I will allow you, because Beatrix is helping, to roll 3 dice.
Oh,
Great. Alright, let's see how this. And I want 3 or over, right? Because
You
it's
wish to
swords.
roll over 3, yes. If you roll
Alright,
3
then-
exactly, let me know.
I got 1 3 and 1 4. The other one's a
Ah.
2.
I see, I see. Well, because you rolled your number exactly, you have sword. Was it Skull Scrolls? Or just a moment, and you see Jaffers consults the papers in front of him. Not Jaffers, Crackers. I know who I'm playing, I promise. Ah, yes. So you have a scroll of swords, having rolled your number exactly. So you may ask me one question that I will have to answer for you. It could be anything. Whatever you find would be helpful in this moment.
I can't think. What do I pick? Do you...
Maybe you could ask something about where to put the right pressure so that you can get the gate closed faster.
Hey, is there a way I can close it faster or make sure it stays shut better? Because it's a lot bigger than me, right?
I would say yes, there is. There is a counterweight mechanism. You think if you could break the chain, it would cause the door to slam closed and be very difficult to open again.
Then we could just use our ropes later. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. And I'm just gonna put everything I have in my huge muscles into it.
Oh, you could use the hammer we found.
Oh,
And
could I
smash
use
the
that?
chain.
I'm gonna hit it with the hammer.
All
This
right,
must
so
be what my mum feels like all the time. It's great.
with a mighty smashing blow, the chain link breaks, and you watch as the drawbridge slides up and slams closed with a thunderous bang. And then you all hear a sound, a voice calling out from across the courtyard. Hey, who's there?
Hello? Oh, wait, no, I'm the thief person. I should be hiding in the shadows.
I do like
I'm
jazz
gonna
hands, and I say,
Hi.
"Hi, I'm Beatrix."
Yeah, go be sexy. That's your job.
Yeah, I like put my butt out a little bit.
Yes, that is a good start.
A large creature darkens a doorway across the courtyard from you, and then stepping out, you see a giant in the flesh, massive, easily 40 feet in stature, currently wearing what looks to be a baking apron with a few dashes of flour and a few scorch marks smeared across it, wearing two large oven mitts. And this giant comes out, looks around for a moment, and then looks down considerable distance towards the four of you and says, "Oh, hello there. I was not expecting visitors. That's a very nice butt shake you have there. It's a pleasure to meet you. Why are you here?"
The zombies are coming.
Zombies?
Yeah,
I didn't know
skeletons.
anything. I didn't know anything about zombies.
Hey, there's a lot of them out there.
They're looking
That's right.
for the. Was it crystal? The crystal.
Yeah. The
Yeah, it
cold
was
light
Done a
crystal.
rope right down.
Yeah.
Aye, that's what it was.
I do
Oh,
good notes.
Good job.
oh no, that would be very bad if they found that.
That's why we're here. We're
Yeah.
here to stop it. To stop them.
Oh, so you're going to fight the zombies?
I suppose.
If we have to,
That-
we'd
Mm.
rather find a way around that, maybe.
Do you have anything we can fire down on them from up here? Or, well,
Aye.
up there?
More weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some weapons on the battlements, but they're not loaded at the moment. I think we could maybe get something together. Why don't you pick up one of those big boulders over there and take it up to the catapult? And you watch as this... you watch this giant fellow points off in the direction of what are these massive boulders, easily 10 foot in diameter, and seems to suggest that you carry them up the stairs to the battlements.
We're a wee bit wee for that.
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Oh, I can probably do something about that. Can I cast a spell to make them levitate?
Oh, that's a
Ooh.
good idea.
That's a very good thought. Yes, go ahead and roll 2 dice and see if you can roll scroll.
Got a 3 and a 6.
All right. Well, one of this is a success. So yes, you focus your magical energies, and you just manage to get one of the boulders to hover up in the air slightly. You think you could get it up the stairs? It'll take a while.
Could I appreciate maybe to help it go faster? Or would that disrupt the spell? I don't really know that one in real life, and I don't know how it works.
I think you could help it move along. That I don't see why you.
I would say you could assist and move it a bit faster, but that is two of you moving the single boulder.
Or should I help with one of the others then? But I'd need help. I don't think I could get it myself, though I'm pretty slow, so maybe.
Well, yeah, but even though you're supposed to be really strong in this game, I mean, it's still a 10-foot cross boulder. I mean, it's bigger than any of us are going to be unless one of us is playing a giant and didn't say anything.
I should have thought of that sooner.
Mr. Giant, do you have anything lighter that we could put in the catapult and smash him with? Something that we could help carry up, or can you put the stones on the battlements for us at least so it's a shorter distance?
Oh, don't call me Mr. Giant. My name is Bjornsson Halfgar Ragnald Olaf Miklos Fungard IV.
Right, so what of those can I call you that's short and fast?
You can call me Bjorn.
All right, Bjorn, it's nice to meet you.
Hey.
Helia. Almost like
Wait, no.
Coral.
Nice to meet
Mira.
you too. I apologize in advance if I step on one of you.
That would be
Right.
bad.
It happens a lot when little people come around here.
Oh, hey. Sorry, go
You
ahead.
know,
I was going to say, is there anything that we could put up in the ballista up there that could hold a liquid, and then we could use the zombie repellent? I don't know how well that would work, though.
I used my flask, so my flask is just, it's gross inside, but I used it. So and it's empty.
What do we put the zombie repellent on the drawbridge? So then they can't even get in.
Oh, if we poured it down, like, I think
Or
they
on
pour,
the boulders.
like, they pour hot oil down
Yeah,
sometimes.
okay.
I've heard about that. I read about it. That was great.
I've heard of that in stories. Yeah, I've never seen it though.
Well, no.
Not much call for a castle in Saltmarsh.
That would be kind of silly.
It'd sink.
It would. It'd be
The
a
foundation
swamp
would never
castle.
settle. It'd just sink into the muck. That'd be a bad idea.
That's one. So this giant fellow says, I suppose you could always try that, yes. We don't have much to put in the catapult aside from boulders, and I suppose I have some flour or maybe some goat's milk. I don't know that would help, though.
Could we make a paste out of the two of them so it sticks to them and they can't move?
Ooh, you could certainly try.
Like when you play with dough when you're a child, you know, your fingers get all stuck in it. I mean, if a giant ball of dough smashes into your face, you're gonna be stuck for a while.
We weren't allowed to play with that after the first time Saoirse did it. Those were the times.
Okay then. I'll go get some for you. And you watch this giant individual walks back through the door he came through.
Helia, you should steal this crystal and then we can run away.
That's a good idea.
If it is a giant crystal, I don't know.
It didn't say that. It said a cold light crystal. It didn't say giant. Did it say giant? I don't remember.
It's in a
wizard
giant's
said.
keep. I assume it's big.
Sage.
I don't know. I mean, we're missing a lot of information. We didn't even ask the sage's name.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we supposed to call him?
It's
Wafer.
Sage Crackerus.
makes them seem cool and aloof. And then when they talk too much, then they're not really cool anymore.
Saltine. So how do we do this?
Well, I mean, we could ask him if he knows where the crystal is so that we could help protect it, because he knows we're here to protect it. And, you know, if it's too big, we're not going to be able to take it anyway. So the least we could do is stay here and kill off, re-kill the undead army.
What am I supposed to do? Just like dance at them? I don't know how to do this.
No.
I
Bards
need
have
to work
spells.
out
Bards
until
can
we
do
leave.
magic, alright?
Oh.
Yeah.
I just assume anybody can do magic. Hey, you can do
Well,
magic.
I mean, anyone can do magic to a point, but bards do magic with sound. That's
Oh,
why,
okay,
like,
cool.
you've seen me and Crackers, you know, smack our hands together and do spell. Well, I've smacked my hands together and done spells, or, you know, sometimes we scream at somebody, or sometimes we play a song. It's because that's how we do our magic.
Go
Okay,
scream
I understand
sexily at them from the battlements. You should do that.
Okay, I guess I'll start doing that. I'll start doing a little performance to like make it like discordant, so like it makes them go away.
All right, very good. So, as Euphoria and Mira are getting this one cannonball that you through the mixture of your magic and strength managed to get up on the battlements, and your giant friend now comes up with a large, extraordinarily large. You wonder how big this goat is. Large pail of goat milk and a large sack of flour, and begins dumping them into one of the bowl-shaped sort of cradles of the catapult and mixing them together into this gluey sort of paste. Helia, are you searching through the castle for the crystal, or are you doing something else?
That's a good question. You know, I've got an idea. Actually, Gran yelled at me once for doing this because I didn't know better. So, Bjorn, that's his name, right? Yeah, Bjorn. Can you make a couple sacks of flour? They don't have to be very big. Just something that we could light on fire and throw in the catapult. Because when you've got a lot of flour in the air, if you add flame, it catches on fire and explodes.
I like where you're going with this.
Oh, yeah, we can certainly do that. And he will go retrieve 2 more bags of flour and place one in each of the catapults. You've now got 4 catapults armed with a boulder, dough, and 2 sacks of flour. It appears to be all the catapults facing the front of the castle. You have now filled with various projectiles.
That's perfect. I'm assuming I've got some sort of flint and steel then.
Yes, I would certainly say so. Yes, of course.
All right. And are the catapults ready to fire if we just, pull the trigger, or are we going to have to set something up?
How hard are they to fire, too?
You think you could probably operate them. They take a decent amount of strength, but it is certainly possible. Beatrix, you climb atop one of the parapets and begin doing your dance of taunting,
Yeah, or like making like mean noises, so it like scares them away.
All right, so you make
Mock the zombies.
make mocking, intimidating noises while twerking aggressively, and it would seem you are prepared for battle as this army of zombies is now approaching the gates of the keep.
I summon lightning down on them.
Okay, roll scrolls.
I think I should probably take the heavy catapult.
Roll the 3.
Since
Very good. As you complete this dance with a final clapping of your cheeks, there is a thunderous cacophony, and a bolt of lightning streaks down and strikes the undead army, splattering many of them, the zombies and skeletons, into bits and bones, raining across this mountain passageway. However, this was but a fraction of the zombie and the undead army which continues to approach.
All right. I'm gonna light one of the bags of flour on fire with my flint and steel. Do I have to roll for that, or does it just light?
It seems simple enough, so we can say it lights, yes. You have a flaming bag of
Right.
flour. Do you wish to launch it?
Not Gwilyn. Mira, can you pull this lever? We need to fire this one.
I've got it.
Very
I'm
good.
going to do
Mira, go ahead and roll swords for me.
Alright, how many dice do I get for this one?
Just the. We'll say
Okay.
2. I will allow you to roll 2.
Can a helper pull on the lever to make it 3?
I will allow this, yes. So you may have 3 dice.
That's a 1, a 2, and a 6.
All right, very, very good. You indeed pull down on this lever. The catapult launches its payload, and this large sack of flour goes tumbling end over end down into the amassed undead, where it lands with a poof of flour, which then ignites, and there is a bright burning explosion which claims another mass of this undead army. What does Euphoria wish to do in this moment?
I'm going to use my magic scroll to cast a spell to make big fire over the rest of the crowd. Just a wave of fire, just burn them all.
Ooh, wondrous. So you wish to use this magic scroll. You may roll 3 dice to roll scrolls.
I like all this fire. You know, this game would go better if we had some drinks. We should have brought that.
You didn't bring drinks?
Well, I got my flask, but
I'm
2.
pretty sure that we have a keg on board over there somewhere.
perfect.
We're in
I'll
the
be
galley.
back.
It's right behind you.
Well, it's
Also-
not at the table. I got into the game. It's a good story.
It is a good story, actually. And also, side note, definitely never ever light a candle when you've got a lot of flour in the air. My gran nearly skinned me alive when I accidentally did that.
Good to know.
Good to know. Just in case. I got a 2 and 2 3s.
All right, fantastic. Well, you succeed in casting this magic spell. The rest of you watch as this wall of flame erupts, cutting through the undead army, and whoosh, cutting their numbers down substantially as they are engulfed in flame and fire. And you have 2 catapults still remaining, one loaded with flour and the other loaded with a cannonball. However, the army of the undead is not going to take your attacks so easily. You watch as the archers and arbalists in their ranks take aim at the battlements and begin to fire projectiles towards all of you. What do you wish to do? How would you like to defend yourselves and avoid this harm?
If we're in a giant castle, can't we just hide behind the little bumps on the wall? I mean, they're going to be taller than we are.
Battles.
Yes.
Battlements,
if
that's the word.
Hey, I remember it from the book.
I am a wizard and not good at hitting things, I would be somewhere where I could easily hide, so I don't get hit.
Wouldn't you have some kind of spell though? Like I've got a shield that I can use sometimes. It's like a little bubble of protection. Would you have that in the game?
Yes.
I mean, that would make sense.
To help.
There are spells that do that.
Actually,
I don't know any of them personally, but I know they exist.
I know, and it doesn't cover more than just people.
I would have that, but I would also try to be in a place where I wouldn't get hit. Sort of dark out of the way.
And what of Beatrix? How would Beatrix like to avoid this incoming hail of projectiles?
Yeah, I want to yell at the archers and be like, "You can't hit us! You're not allowed!" And do a cutting, like words.
Okay, I would like a sword roll from all of you then.
Is that the one where we like to roll low or roll
You
high?
wish to roll high, higher than your
Roll
number.
high. All
I
right.
got a 5.
I don't know
Do
how
I-
I did it, but I did it.
Do I get an
6.
extra dice since I'm doing some hiding?
Yeah, I will allow you an extra die, yes.
All right.
Do I only get the one? I forgot to say whether or not I had the shield. So, alright, I just want to check.
All right. That's a 5. And my number was a 2.
I got a 4.
All right. You all manage to duck behind protective cover as these arrows and crossbow bolts rain down across the battlements.
Oh, Bjorn, watch your eyes. They're firing toothpicks at us.
You watch as several of the arrows and bolts hit Bjorn's very thick baking apron and just sort of bounce off. Doesn't seem to really do much.
That's
Yeah.
a heck of an apron.
I thought so. That's why I said eyes, because that's the soft part.
Oh yeah, this is a red dragon leather. It's very good for standing in front of the oven.
And stylish as
Oh.
well.
That makes sense. It looks good on you.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
And he runs back down through the doorway and vanishes.
Oh, he forgot about his cookies.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
whatever he was baking. Oh, you know what though? If it's on fire, we can fire that from the catapults too.
That's a good
Cookies?
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
We'd be
undead.
tossing cookies at them.
But I mean, look at the size of them. The cookies are going to be as big as us.
I love it. It's beautiful.
If you do a bad enough job at cooking them, it's the weapon.
That's true. You've never seen anything as hard as a loaf of bread left in for too long. I swear, if that thing hits you in the skull, it could knock you out for a week.
I've been
Well,
hitting
can-
Crackers is trying to tell a story. Crackers, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry.
Actually, as Matthew had a comment. Have you ever seen those glaive throwers that fire those like giant spiked discs? I'm just
Right.
imagining that with a cookie firing on.
I love it.
Oh my god. Like a gingerbread man spinning midair and cutting an undead in half.
Yeah. All right. Well, the undead army are not going. Are continuing their approach. Their numbers have been drastically reduced by your first assault, but you notice as they approach the castle walls, they begin to climb up on top of one another. And as you watch, they actually form a siege tower out of their very bones and limbs and bodies, and begin to approach, looking to begin to invade the keep. What do you all wish to do?
Let's
What
put
does
some
it mean?
time.
Sorry.
I want to
What?
set the bottom one on fire. Magic spell.
Beatrix, I think. Right, Jaffer? You had the,
Yeah.
the zombie repellent.
Well, I was
Yes.
thinking because they're all in a line, right?
It's a good idea.
Because they're coming up each other, that'd get more of them than if we just sprayed it out.
That's true.
I do
I
that.
think my character would know battle tactics.
All right, so Beatrix, you take this can of zombie repellent, and how do you wish to deploy it?
Okay. Is it like a cream or a salve or?
It's sort of a spray.
Oh, that's not good for the environment. Okay. I want to. I'm going to jump on them and slide down them, and as I'm doing, I'm gonna spray them in the back,
Ah,
like
most
slide down.
like as if they were a pole of some nature.
Yeah, or a slide.
All right, I'll allow you to roll 2 dice. Roll swords for me. You wish to roll high.
No.
You failed.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 3.
No. This is most unfortunate for you. You leap from the battlements and go to slide down this tower of corpses. But as you impact, you don't slide so much as the grasping hands coming out of the tower grab hold of you, and you drop the can of zombie repellent, which falls and disappears amidst the horde of undead.
I didn't know how to min-max. This game is stupid.
Now, don't be sore, loser. Here. have more to drink. It helps.
Thank you.
What do the rest of you do, seeing this change of events? As now one of your companions has been taken hold of by the zombie army.
Can I do something to make sort of like a force just slam down where the can is to make it explode? Sort of like smashing a bottle, but with a big magic hand.
Yes. You can certainly
that's a good
attempt to. You may roll. This will be quite difficult. I will say you may roll 1 die for scrolls.
It's too bad this game doesn't have magic missile. You'd never miss.
Hey, that'd be helpful.
It's a useful
Got
spell.
a 6.
Unfortunately, that is quite bad. You fire off this bolt of magical energy and attempt to burst open this can of zombie repellent. However, you miss your aim slightly as this bolt of force slams into the ground near the can of zombie repellent. It sends it skittering and sliding, and you watch as it topples off the mountain pass and goes rolling down a hill and disappears from sight.
Well, that's not good. And no, Beatrix is still down there, right?
Beatrix is still being held by these undead creatures.
Can we see her face and her hands, or is she like face deep in a bunch of zombies?
No, she's just sort of being held, dangling off the side of the siege tower.
I'm going to do a brave thing. It's probably stupid, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try sliding down after her, and I'm going to, if I roll right, I'm going to try and grab her and pull her back up.
Well, wait, let's tie a rope to you first.
Well, aye. Are you going to hold it or tie it to something for me?
Considering I said I'm playing a halfling, I think I better tie it to something.
Good plan. You tie it to the battlements.
I'm going to tie it to one of the catapults because they're heavy as hell.
That's a good idea. And I'm gonna when it's tied, I'm gonna jump off the side, like dive for her and grab her and try to climb back up.
It's just wonderful, yes. So you are doing something very dangerous here. So I will say roll 3 dice, and you wish to roll sword. So roll high.
I got 2 4s and a 6.
Excellent, very excellent, yes. In a dashing maneuver, it's almost as if time seems to slow down cinematically as you swing down on this rope, cutting through the air, looking like something like a winged Valkyrie flying forth into battle. As arm outstretched, you grab hold of Beatrix and wrench her free, swinging back up in a parabolic motion, back up onto the battlements. And Beatrix is saved once more.
My hero.
That was perfect and I love it. I got you.
Very good. Well,
I ship it.
Yes.
what is it and where are you shipping it?
Oh,
I think
sorry.
that's another word that traveling bard told us the same night as that. At least I think that's where it was. I was a bit in my cups that
There's
night.
a
To be
lot
honest.
that happened that
I
night.
know. They've been using it a lot at the tavern now. I guess it's a short version of relationship. So if you say you ship it, it means you think that they'd be a good couple. I think Beatrix and Mira would be cute together. So I'm saying that I ship it. Sorry, carry on,
I
Crackers.
agree.
All right, I
Can we-
suppose.
We're playing characters. It's like a fun story. So you've got to have some fun relationships to go off of too.
Ah, yes, a daring romance. Yes, you're quite right.
It's totally canon
Exactly.
So as Mira is now upon the battlements, her hair blowing dramatically in the breeze, her armor tight against her bosom as she holds Beatrix in her arms. Unfortunately, you have not done much to harry the undead army which continues to approach. The siege tower butts up against the battlements, and all of a sudden zombies and other undead creatures are now spilling into the keep.
Okay.
Well, that's a problem.
I am actually going to set the bottom one on fire now that I will also set Beatrix on fire.
Very good.
So they can't climb over the bottom one.
Very good. Roll for scrolls.
Three.
3, yes. You light the bottom creature on fire. It burns and hisses, and the whole tower teeters and totters a little bit and collapses down, falling back into the mass of undead. However, there's still several of these creatures that have found their way up onto the battlements with you and are menacing you quite menacingly.
Can I look at where they're positioned and see if there's a way that Mira could like run along the side of the wall and knock them all off with the rope?
It's possible. But what would Helia be doing?
Tripping them to get them into position.
Ah, I see. So you wish to sort of herd these undead creatures into position so that Mira can then knock them off. Very good, very good. Roll swords. Roll swords for me.
All right. Yeah,
Using
she's trying to coax them. Here, zombie. I rolled a 5.
A 5 is very good. Yes, you do manage through trickery and guile, using your skill set as a thief, to coax all of the creatures into position so that Mira, should you now wish, can try and use this rope that you have to sort of trip up and push the rest of the creatures off the battlements.
Aye, that's what she'll do. She'll set Beatrix down, and then she'll run down the battlements pulling the rope.
Do you say any words of romantic passion before you leave, Beatrix?
Oh, I'm bad at these. I don't know what to say.
You could yell
Sit
something at...
tight.
Can
Yes.
do.
I think I've read a book that's about like that.
You could
Truly
yell something
the
at the
greatest
zombies,
love
like, you know,
story ever told.
how dare you touch my girl? Or something like that.
That would have been better. I like that one.
That gets said a lot when people are drunk at the bar.
It does. Don't touch my girl again. Ah, and she'll run down the...
All right, we've graduated to the passion of a tavern drunk. I suppose that's an improvement.
Have you met us?
I mean, really, have you?
Fair point. So roll scrolls for me with 2 dice, for this is quite dangerous. I'm sorry, swords. Did I say scrolls? I meant swords.
I got a 2 and a 6. So one of them wasn't.
Fantastic. So the 6 is a success. So yes, you manage to bring the rope around, and using it, you push the remaining undead off the battlements. They go toppling down into their companions, and this army is still there. It does not seem like they will be assuaged quite so easily.
We should fire more of the catapults and get rid of more of them.
Aye.
Maybe, I mean, since they're right there anyway, maybe we should just dump the dough over the side and have them all stick in it right there so they can't get past it.
Yes. Then they have to crawl through it to get up to the building, and they can't.
And then they get stuck.
Yes.
It'd be like one of those nasty ooze things.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Very good. Beatrix, would you please roll swords for me to attempt to push this goopy mixture over onto the undead?
I rolled a 4.
Does anyone wish to
No.
help Beatrix?
Can I help her?
Of course. Beatrix, roll another die.
Okay. Rolled a 1. My hands are getting stuck in the dough.
Beatrix is now stuck in the dough.
Making it look good though.
Can I cut
That
her out of the dough? just like cut around her hands with my knife.
Yes, I'd say you can do that. Beatrix, you now have sticky, goopy dough hands.
Okay, I ball him into fists and I prepare to fight.
Very good, very good. Does anyone else want to... Audience can't see that. Does anyone else
I
wish to
didn't want
try
to
and-
interrupt, but
Does anyone else wish to try and push this doughy mixture off the side?
I suppose I could try.
I can help.
I was
It's
going
swords
for
then
the-
that we're trying to roll.
You wish to roll swords, yes.
All right, yeah, I'll try to do that.
I was going to go for the cannon or the next catapult when I get the chance, but yeah.
All right, I rolled a 4.
That is good enough, for you have quite a low number. So, you do indeed push this massive container of goopy dough off the side, and as it slopes down, there's a splat, and this zombie horde is now all stuck in gluey, goopy, glutinous mixture. So you seem to have bought yourself some time. They can't seem to advance anymore at the moment.
All right, we've got to figure out what we're going to do to get rid of the rest of them.
Well, if we had hot oil like in that book, that would work, but
It's true. Bjorn! Bjorn!
in the meantime, I'll try and use the other catapult because that's what I said I was going to.
All right. We've got to light the bag on fire first because you need the fire to light the flower. That's a hard sentence to say.
I'd probably have a flint though or something, right? Like she did. Alright.
So, as Mira, you light this next bag of flour, Bjorn returns. Yes, what can I do for you?
We need more projectiles.
Oh, well, there's there's more boulders.
Do you have anything a bit faster, or can you help us load them?
I'm in the middle of decorating.
You do it if you want.
Decorating what?
My snacks.
Oh.
If I don't use the icing soon, it's going to go hard.
How hard is it? Do you have any extra?
I only made enough to decorate my snacks. I didn't want to waste.
That's a good
That's
story.
good.
Well, I mean, we've got to stop the undead army, or they're gonna get in here and ruin your snacks.
They might eat your snacks.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be terrible. Maybe the giant wizard had a book or something that could tell you what to do with the zombies. He's not at home at the moment, but it should be in his room.
Where's
I
his
can
room?
look at the book.
And I can get you there really quickly. Do you know where it is? Can you tell me specifically? And I summon up a magic door to go through.
Ooh, very good. Yes. Roll scrolls, Beatrix. As Bjorn describes to you. Yes, it's up the stairs and it's on the left, about 3 doors down the second hallway.
Roll the 1.
Very good. Yes, you summon forth this magic door that will connect you to the wizard's room, and the 4 of you may pass through.
Perfect.
All right, let's go find this spell book then.
Aye. And I put my sword up on my shoulder like this so it looks really cool as I stride through.
Should
Excellent.
look for traps. That's a thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing that rogues do from time to time, yes?
I should do that.
All right, I'll check for traps as we're going through the door, just to make sure we don't set off any magic bomb sort of things.
All right. I will say roll scrolls for me. You wish to roll low.
Yeah, scrolls is a problem. Do I get an extra one since I'm a thief and a criminal? So I'm used to
I
having
would
to
say you
sneak
have
my way
an
past
additional
things.
die as well. Yes.
That's good. I might need it. Ugh, that's awful. That's a 4 and a 6.
You do not find any traps as you pass through the doorway.
So hopefully there's not any.
So, the four of you enter a massive wizard's chamber. You see tall book stacks with enormous books lining the walls. In the center-ish of the room, there's a podium with yet another large tome open upon it, and a side table with crystal balls and alchemical equipment and all manner of magical accoutrements.
Who's good at climbing? Because I think that's the spell book. And I point at the podium.
My hands are sticky with dough. I can do that.
We have rope. You're welcome.
I have established that I can levitate things. I could probably levitate myself.
I say do it.
Let's do that since you're the one who's going to have to use the book if you're the wizard.
Take rope with you just in case you need help up there.
Okay.
All right.
Then you can throw it down and we can... Tactics.
You roll scrolls with an extra die, so 2 dice for Euphoria.
1 and a 4.
All right. You have rolled a scroll of swords. You may ask me a question if you wish.
Does it look like I'm going to have difficulty reading the book on my own because of this?
The letters will be quite large, but you think you can make them out.
Okay.
All right. You levitate up and perch on this podium, which is about 30 feet high. And you are indeed finding yourself stood upon a spellbook filled with incantations and arcane glyphs and runes. And you have the rope with you as well, I believe? Yes, you're able to attach it to one of the sort of decorative hook-like protrusions on the side of the podium for your allies to climb up. And as you begin examining the text in this tome, you find, quite conveniently, it is a text regarding the cold light crystal and how it can be used to destroy and repel undead.
Wow.
What does it... No. No, it's too far away. Alright. What does it say?
It says that the crystal can be used to destroy and repel the undead. So we should do that.
Well, that's good. Does it say how to use the crystal? Does it say how to use the crystal?
Yes.
Does it say where the crystal is?
No, I don't see that.
All right, well, we could ask Bjorn.
He's busy with his cookies, though.
Can I tell what the crystal looks like?
There is a sketch of the crystal in the book, yes. It looks like a sort of shard of some sort of crystalline construction.
Is it on the table with the other magic thing?
You look closely, you don't see it in this room, no.
Okay. Okay, it's somewhere else. We got to look for it.
Bjorn would probably know. I mean, he was talking about it earlier.
If I climb up, could I the book smaller so that we can carry it?
That's a good question.
You can certainly attempt some kind of magical incantation. Certainly. Roll scrolls.
So we're gonna steal the giant spell book then? I'm alright with it.
Yeah.
All
sure.
right. You incant a magic spell, and the spellbook shrinks down to a manageable size.
Good job. Oh, no. Good job, sweetheart.
Thank you to the beloved.
Okay.
Conviction, Jaffa. Conviction.
I'm not an actor. I don't know.
Feel like you mean it.
This is how couples act. Okay. Not.
So,
I've never seen this. Okay.
so with the magic book in tow, what do you wish to do next?
Well, I say we should go look for Bjorn because he's gonna know where it is.
It's a very large keep. I don't want to wander around looking for something with no idea where it is, except for the fact that it's not in this room.
Right, exactly. And we know where Bjorn is because he's in the kitchen decorating his snacks.
So we should have Beatrix do that door spell again. To the
I don't know
kitchen.
where the kitchens is. What if we landed in the oven?
What if we
just-
went right outside the door then? We've seen him go through that door.
Right, get us back to the courtyard.
That's true. I strum my harp and make a door open to go to the courtyard.
All right, roll scrolls for me, please, Beatrix.
I rolled a 4.
Very good, yes. You indeed open a magical doorway, which deposits you in front of the larger doorway to the kitchen.
Success.
You all pass through. Great success. And as you enter the kitchenry, you find yourself entering a very sweltering, very hot interior, and you see a large blazing iron oven with the door currently open and this intense heat of flame pouring out. You also see a large kitchen area with stacks of grain and other foodstuffs. You see a large countertop, and you see Bjorn currently in the process of assembling a very delicate gingerbread house.
Okay.
Well, that's something you don't see every day.
Aye.
It's big enough for us to sleep in.
We could live in a gingerbread house, guys. If we don't die, I mean.
It'd be like that fairy tale, except I don't want to eat children.
Neither do I. That sounds
No.
terrible.
Of course not. Have you smelled them? Ugh, who would want to eat that?
Right?
Well, I mean, to be fair, Lutrudine children mostly just smell like seawater. But that's not good for you to eat either.
No, it's really not. Don't do it.
This went in a
We
very
sometimes smell
strange
like
direction
this.
I wasn't expecting. So,
Sorry,
anyway.
crackers. We probably shouldn't have gone over for refills from the keg.
Yes, we only have the one keg to last the entire journey, you know. So,
That's what you
That's terrible.
you are standing now in the kitchen. I imagine you wish to get Bjorn's attention somehow.
Bjorn! Down here! Please don't step back quickly.
Bjorn, you watch as he is assembling a piece of this gingerbread picket fence and nearly topples and breaks and ruins the entire thing, and then looks down and says, oh my goodness, you startled me. I nearly broke my fence.
Sorry.
What do you need?
We need to know where the cold light crystal is.
You have to do like this, because your character
Oh,
has
that's
to
right.
show
I
you.
forgot. We need to
It's
know
there.
where the cold light crystal is so that we can use it to repel the zombies.
Good job.
Oh, I believe it's in the crystal chamber. You'll need to go through the main throne room and back into the room of curiosities.
All right, are all the doors open or are we going to have to push them somehow?
Oh, no, the room of curiosities is locked up.
Okay.
Do you have access to it?
No, they didn't give me a key for it before they left.
What does the inside look like? Do you know?
There is a number of pedestals on which there are various curiosities, and then another pedestal on which the crystal is set.
Crackers, this just occurred to me, but is there a lot of dust on things besides where he's at? Like, did the wizard's chamber have a lot of dust on everything?
Oh, that's a good question.
A small amount, yes, you detected.
Bjorn, how long exactly have the other giants been gone?
Let's see. They went on vacation about 6 months ago.
Do they do that a lot?
About once every 20 or so years, they pack up and take a big vacation. I think they went down to the islands in the south.
Well, that sounds nice.
Yes, I just stay and keep an eye on the place. I don't tan so well.
That's valid.
Makes sense.
That's fair. All right. Interesting. How are we gonna get into the room if he doesn't have a key? Oh wait, I'm a thief.
You're a thief. Alright,
Oh,
so
yeah. We gotta
Yeah.
try that first.
we gotta get you up to the lock though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Euphoria does the levitation thing, I could get up to the lock and I could pick it. Oh, I'm gonna have to use my sword to pick the
Yes.
lock though.
What if you just crawl through the lock? You're small, right?
That's true.
That's true. I said I was a halfling, so I guess I might be big enough, small enough to fit through. It's worth a try. I mean, at the very least, I'm sure I could fit a hand in.
All right, let's try that.
All right, very good. You find your way, following Bjorn's directions through the main throne room, which is large and grandiose. And as you're passing through the courtyard, it begins to rain. There's a thunderous crack and a roll of thunder, and then rain begins to fall down in large droplets. This is concerning, as you know. With enough rainwater, the goopy gunk that is holding the undead army at bay will be washed away. Your time is certainly limited. So you rush through this grandiose throne room as quickly as you can and find your way to the door to the room of curiosities. And you look up, and indeed, about 20 feet in the air or so, there is a keyhole that would unlock this particular door, and you think Helia, being of small stature, could perhaps fit inside.
All right. Okay, I'm ready, Euphoria.
Okay, I will levitate Helia.
And I'm gonna inspire Helia by playing a nice tune on my harp.
I'll boogie on my way up.
Euphoria, roll scrolls with 2 dice to levitate Helia up.
A 4 and a 2.
Very good, very good. You have rolled a scroll of swords. Is there any question you would like to ask?
Did you ask
Not-
about traps or anything?
Oh, are there any traps around the door?
There does not appear to be any traps around the door, no. So, Helia, you are levitated up, and you find your way to this large keyhole. You hear Beatrix strumming a song and giving you inspiration. So, as you climb within and begin to manipulate the mechanisms to open the doorway, I would like you to roll scrolls, and you may have 3 dice.
Oh, I get 3. All right.
Mira's just going to prepare. She's going to start doing stretches so she can be ready to push the door open. Because
And-
it's big.
I can't remember. Do I want to roll low or high for this one?
You wish to roll low.
Low, so I have to roll below a 2? Well, I didn't do that. My lowest is a 3.
You
Do I get
try
stuck
to
in the lock?
You try to manipulate the mechanism, but you can't seem to position your arms and legs in the right way to get the tumblers to move. Those of you who are still down on the floor begin to hear a stomping, clumping, creaking, cracking, and you turn and you see the shambling vanguard of this army of the undead, their feet still goopy and gloppy with bits of dough as they are now shambling into the throne room.
Can I try and go back, get a running start, and hit the door really hard with the hammer I find to try and help bump it open?
You
We
can
had a
certainly
cat that used to do that.
roll sword.
1 die?
For this 1 die, yes, I think. You wish to roll high.
Nope, that's a 2.
You slam your hammer into this door, causing a reverberation, and Helia, being unexpecting of this, unfortunately comes toppling out of the lock and begins to plummet 20 feet to the ground as she falls
Someone
through the
catch
air.
her.
Oh, that's not good.
Beatrix, did you say something?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I strum my harp and cast Featherfall. I say, "Don't fall, pretty lady."
Very good. Roll scrolls.
I rolled a 5.
You rolled a scroll of swords. Would you like to ask a question?
Yes, I would.
And what is that question?
What flavor were the cookies that Bjorn was making?
They were gingerbread with a hint of orange peel.
Very good, thank you.
And you may roll again to try and succeed.
3.
Very good. You succeed. As Helia plummets towards the ground, you catch her with your magical featherfall spell, and she drifts gently and lands upon her feet.
Thank you, Beatrix.
Good catch.
Milady.
What does Euphoria wish to do?
I don't know. Can Beatrix, can you open another door to make us just go to the other side of this door? It's really close.
Do I have spell slots in this game?
No.
Then yes, I try. I've already gotten a description of this place. It has pedestals in it with a crystal.
Very good. Roll scrolls.
Another 3.
Very good. You open another of these magical doorways, and each of you passes through, and you'll find yourselves in a dimly lit chamber. You can see they look from your perspective to be large columns, only they don't reach the high ceiling. They stop at about 25 feet or so in the air, and you can just see curiosities, strange things sat upon each one of them. One of them looks to have what appears to be a giant-sized helmet with a great red plume coming off the back of it. Another appears to have a great golden gauntlet of immense size, and all manner of strange and interesting-looking items. But at the far side of the room, there is a shaft of light descending down from the ceiling of this room, and it alights upon a single pedestal where you see hovering slightly in the air a crystal of dark, pale blue that just sort of hovers in the air above this pedestal.
Okay. So, did the instructions on how to use the crystal, did they specify if I had to take it out of the room? Because I don't like the idea of taking it out of the room.
You do not need to take it out of the room. You do need to be close to it, though.
There's probably stuff between us and it somehow.
Yes.
But at least you have levitate. So we know you can get up there if we can get past it all.
Can we look around and see if we see anything, I don't know if they'd have something rigged. If it would be a spell, I'd probably be no good at finding it. But if they had, like, darts or something, I've read about this kind of thing.
I will say, Gwendolyn, you may roll scrolls to try and see if there's any sort of hidden trap.
And I have to roll under a 3 for that, right?
That is correct.
Nope, it's a 5. Unknown.
You are unable to find any sort of trap.
Well, it looks fine, everybody.
Oh, wait, I've got an idea. Beatrix, can you use your shrinking spell on the column?
Oh, that's a good one.
Sure, or I can use a bigger spell to make Euphoria really big. But either way.
I mean, either of those would work, but if you can make the pedestal shrink, then the shard will come to us.
That's a good point. Well, maybe because it's floating though, isn't it?
That's true.
Crackers, it's floating, right?
It is hovering above the pedestal, yes.
Yes, maybe it'll. I mean, when we find out, I will try to shrink the pedestal.
Very
Magic.
good. Roll scrolls for me.
3's all the way.
Very good indeed, yes. You incant your magical spell, and indeed this pedestal begins to shrink down until it's about appropriate for your size, and you watch as this crystal hovers down with it, remaining a short distance above the pedestal the entire way down. And as it reaches your size, you see that this crystal is not terribly massive. You would guess maybe 5 or 6 feet in length.
Okay. So they can just carry it.
I can carry it because I'm really strong in this game.
Yeah, you are.
Very well. Myra means to carry the crystal off. Where are you going with it?
Where do we need to go with it? You're the one who read the book. Euphoria. What did it say?
We need to be close to the zombies. So if we could get back to where we started.
So
Maybe
pretty
the
much
zombies
the
are
other side
dead.
of this door.
Yeah, they're outside the door, right?
Right? Is that close enough? Because, I mean, it seems like a bad idea to take this out if it's what they're after, because if they get it from us somehow, they're going to kill a lot of people.
That's true. Got to work fast.
You hear a scraping, scrabbling sound on the other side of the door, and what begins to sound like a series of sharp axes and swords hacking at the door from the other side. The undead army is trying to reach you. So,
Okay.
Yeah, good luck with that. It didn't work well for me.
They sold themselves to us. Are they close enough that I can...
you think that they may be close enough, yes, if you wish to attempt this magic ritual.
Yes.
Very good. You set the book down and begin to read through the various incantations, and you discover something interesting, Euphoria. You notice that on the pages that the book is currently open to, one page is this ritual for repelling the undead, and the other page is a ritual for becoming immortal. However, you only believe you have time to perform one of these rituals.
Don't do
Well,
it, Fortune. That never
if
goes
I
well in
took
books.
the name Euphoria, I wouldn't want to live forever, because eventually things stop being as fun as they were once, and you just are kind of dull. Goes against everything I stand for in the game.
Hell
That's
yeah.
good role playing. Good
That's
job.
a good point.
I'm very glad you were able to get out of yourself in this role-playing experience, Fortune.
Yes.
I mean, I don't imagine that living forever would be very much fun. Eventually, all your friends would die, and you'd be left by yourself.
Don't remind me about how much longer than you I'll live. That's depressing.
Yeah. Honestly.
Sorry, that's not what I meant by it exactly, but you've got a point.
All good fun. I know.
Sorry.
So, as Euphoria begins this magical incantation, you hear the door begin to split slightly, and it seems the undead could break through at any moment. Do any of you, the other three of you, wish to take any sort of precaution in case they should come and breach through before the ritual is completed?
I begin to
I'll-
strum my harp and I begin to sing, "Go away, go away, go away, go away."
Sure, you know what? Since we're trying to play this the character, Mira will hum along with that as she gets in between Euphoria and the door with her weapons. She's prepared to defend.
All right. I think. Can I move the pedestal that the stone was on so that it's in front of the door, and then ask Beatrix to make it big again?
Certainly.
So, like, we've blocked it off for them.
That's a good plan.
Beatrix is currently busy, though, singing the Go Away song.
Right, and we don't know if the door opens outward, so then that would be really, really bad.
Yeah, we didn't check what side the hinges were on. We're really
I
bad
always
at
check
this.
that.
So,
I got caught
Euphoria,
up in the story.
as you begin this magical incantation, make a scrolls roll for me, please. Roll 2
Okay.
dice.
Probably 6. Day 2.
All right, so one of those is a success. So you begin to incant this magical incantation, and you watch as an ethereal light begins to pour out of the crystal, growing brighter and brighter as the ritual continues. There is a bit of a split in the door, just a small sliver crack given its giant size, but it is enough that the undead begin to push and crawl their way through. There are now zombies and skeletons encroaching upon you. Let's see. Mayor, I believe you are positioned in the front, ready to assail any creatures that came forth. What do you wish to do?
Are they in kind of a line because they had to come through?
No, certainly.
How big of a hole did they put it through? All right. Then I'm going to do something dangerous and charge at them with my sword.
Very good. Go ahead and roll 2 dice for swords.
Can I go in with her, but like be off to the side so that I'm not in the direct line, but I'm stabbing him from the side to hit him for her as well?
Of course, you may roll swords as well. 2 dice for your being sneaky
Right.
and thief.
It was a 5 and a 4.
I got 2 6s.
Oh, that's
Fantastic.
good.
Yes, you begin to carve through these undead creatures, chopping them and cutting them down. Beatrix, do you wish to continue your go away song, or would you like to do something else?
No, I'm going to stop as I see my friends fighting, and I'm gonna get a serious face on, and I'm gonna begin to stomp forward, and the ground begins to shake, and like the ground's gonna like shake as you like a ground shaking spell, and like make them fall.
All right. Roll scrolls for your ground shaking spell.
4.
That is lower than 5, so it is a success.
Awesome.
The zombies begin to stumble and tumble and fall over themselves as the ground shakes beneath their feet. Euphoria, make another scrolls roll to continue the incantation.
4 and 6.
All right, you have rolled a scroll of swords, so you may ask a question if you would.
Does it look like? Would it be better to focus on barricading or attacking?
Barricading, it is a very small entryway. If you could barricade it with something, that would be very effective for the moment.
Okay, I will say to them, block the doors. Continue my casting.
Okay. Make another scrolls roll to attempt to succeed.
Hey, we're a bit busy right now. She's swinging her sword.
6 and 1.
I try to make it.
All right, you got a success. So you continue the incantation. The light growing out from the crystal grows brighter and brighter and begins to swirl around in these strange, ethereal kind of swirling motions around the crystal. And you think you hear the sort of howling, moaning sort of sound coming from the crystal itself as it resonates with the magic that you are commanding in this moment. So, what do the rest of you wish to do?
Can I grab the pedestal and try to shove it into the hole and block it like a trap?
I was thinking that, but I wasn't sure how close we were.
Can
I
I
help?
use some of? Can we use some of the bones from some of the undead that we've stabbed and killed, well, re-killed, to sort of jam it all in there so that they can't get the pedestal out very easily?
Jam zombie parrots around the column.
Exactly.
I love it.
All right. One of you can roll swords, and I'll allow the other to assist, giving that person an additional die.
It was your idea, so I'll let you do it if you like.
All right. Thank you. I think my number's lower, so that might be the better option anyway. I rolled a 5 and a 3.
All right, 2 successes. You jam the column and various bits and limbs of these undead creatures to fill the gap for the moment. You still feel a bit of a push, and you're trying to hold this barricade into place. What does Beatrix wish to do?
Beatrix is going to cast a spell to make freeze the door close and like the spot that is jammed, so it's like all like icy and cold and shardy
Fantastic.
on the other side.
Yes, fantastic. Very well thought out. Make a scrolls roll.
And then the pieces won't smell as bad either.
Right.
That's true.
I rolled a 1.
Fantastic. Yes, you summon with your performance this bolt of magical cold which freezes, encapsulating these undead bits in the column, closing off this small crack in the door, completely sealing it for the moment. Euphoria. roll scrolls to attempt to complete this ritual.
You
can
got
do
this,
it.
Fortune.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that doesn't
Oh,
look
no.
like
A
happy face.
5 and a 6.
Oh no, this is not successful at all. So as you get to the final portion of the incantation, you come across this strange arcane phrase. You're not familiar with it. It's something in perhaps the giantish tongue that you cannot read, and you try to sound it out to the best of your ability, but it goes awry. Now, something bad happens here. I think that instead of destroying the undead, this crystal, which has the property of transferring life essence, begins to wither away Euphoria's life.
Oh, no.
Euphoria, you feel yourself weakening. The ritual is still going on, but you feel as though you may have a more difficult time completing it now.
Okay.
Well, that's not good.
Aye.
Does Beatrix know any healing spells?
Sure, yeah, I do. Of course I do.
I mean,
heal
you
everybody.
two
I heal.
heal people.
Of course I do. Yeah. I'm awesome. I have healing magic. I do that. I heal the magic.
All right.
Sexy healing spells.
Roll for scrolls,
Yeah.
Beatrix.
I show a little shoulder. Okay.
That's very alluring, I guess.
I'm supposed to roll below, right? I roll a 6.
You attempt your healing magic. However, in such close proximity to the crystal, now that it's active, it's as if the very healing, life-based essence of the magic is absorbed into the crystal and provides no benefit to you.
My shoulder has like sunburn on it, so it's like not that appealing, I guess.
Either that or it's that ice spell you cast and it was a bit cold, so you kind of like shivered in the middle of the spell.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I like telling a story like this. It's fun.
It's different, but it's fun. Yeah.
I don't like dying, even pretend dying.
That's the only downside right now.
Aye, but it's a good story.
All right, so we've got to decide what we're going to do then, and hopefully not die in the process.
I mean, is there anything else we could put in front of the door to buy Euphoria more time? I don't think that I can do anything to assist really with the spell.
I could teleport to the other side and then like run away and like attract them away.
Except they're after the crystal, so they might stay here.
Why not make myself look like the crystal?
Oh, what other things are on the pedestals?
Oh, that's a good point.
That's true. There's like a gauntlet and there's like a helmet, right?
You said there was a
some other
gauntlet, and you
things,
said there was a
yes,
helmet.
Strange curiosities. Do you have something in mind? Something you wish to introduce into the story as one of these odd curiosities?
Maybe. I mean, is there like some sort of giant magical anvil that we could just stick in front of the hole in the door?
Or magic armor that could help.
Oh, that'd be good too.
I will say you see both of these things. You see a magical anvil and a suit of magical armor. They are both giant-sized.
Well, for the anvil, that's what I want, because then it'll block the hole. But we'd have to get it over there first. Beatrix, can you shrink one of these down? And I'll point at the two pedestals, so that we could use one of them or both of them to fight with. We could use the anvil to block the hole.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll use my magic and I'll play a song and I'll make the anvil really small.
All right, roll for scrolls.
4.
All right, you watch as the anvil shrinks.
All right. Can I pick it up and put it in front of the hole in the door?
That's very, very heavy, I would say. Perhaps you and Myra together.
I could help.
Mute it together. One of you may roll swords and the other may assist.
Either way, you're the stronger one, so it makes more sense if you take lead, actually.
Alright, I got it. Is it so? It's 2 dice then, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 1 and a 6.
All right, so that is one success. You managed to move this very heavy anvil and place it in front of the door. And hope that that will provide you some additional protection from the undead army. Now, Euphoria. You are doing your best to resist the withering influence of this cold light crystal. Make one more attempt to complete the ritual. Roll scrolls.
4 and 1.
Very well. You finish your incantation. There is a marvelous blast of bright, blinding light that blows across through all of you and ripples out past the doorway, out towards to lengths unseen by all of you, as the scrabbling and scratching sound at the door suddenly ceases.
Did it work then? I don't hear them.
I mean, it might have. I don't hear any sound from the other side of the door anymore. We could just remove the barricade and look through the crack and see. That way we don't have to go out where all the undead are, just in case they're not all dead.
Yeah.
Aim for one of the bits we just shove zombie bits in. We can pull that out and look through it if we can.
Oh, that's a good call.
You will have to chip away at the ice for a bit.
I use my face melter maneuver with my magical instrument to melt the ice.
What is a face melter?
I don't know. I heard some people like, such a great riff. It was like a face melter.
You could just use a heat metal spell. We could shove a dagger in the ice and you could heat it.
Anyway, with enough effort and you're resourceful enough, you are able to melt the ice and remove a bit of the barricade to peek out, and you watch as the throne room of the giants is littered with bones and corpses, all of which are now inanimate. The undead army appears to have been pacified.
It worked! We did it, everybody!
Yeah, good job,
Good job,
y'all.
Euphoria.
Good job, Euphoria.
Good job, Euphoria.
Thank you.
So, you all leave the room of curiosities, and as you are making your way out through this throne room, you are greeted by the sight of Bjorn, who comes with a large tray upon which is a very intricately designed and detailed and decorated gingerbread house, complete with a gingerbread picket fence, and a gingerbread tree, and a gingerbread dog house, and a little gingerbread outhouse as well, and he sets it down on the ground and says, "Oh, you've all done such a great job. Thank you ever so much for protecting the crystal. The other giants would have been very mad at me if they'd have gotten hold of it while they were gone."
Yeah, it had a bit of problem.
Hey, no problem. Also, that is incredible detail on that. It's beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I do take pride in my baking.
I
That's
could
right.
tell.
The detail's amazing and it smells delicious. Do you have a bit of orange in there?
I do, yes, a little bit of orange peel. I find it brings out the ginger quite nicely.
Seems a good question to ask, yeah.
That's true.
It's world building.
Well, it's freshly cooled if you'd like to have some.
Do I trust him?
That is a question only you can answer.
I trust
it-
him.
Does it count as dangerous if I try it?
I don't think it's very dangerous.
Between this and goblin stew, I would rather eat this.
Agreed.
I agree. I just
And-
meant like if anything goes wrong, because dangerous is one of the things on my little character sheet.
Yeah.
I thought it might help.
Can I break a piece off of the fence and take a bite?
Of course, it is crisp and delicious and quite savory and a wonderful blend of spices. And so, as you all enjoy this deliciously fresh baked treat, you are victorious in this day, and you go down in history as a group of stalwart, resourceful, and brave adventurers. And our adventure is finished.
Well done.
That
Thank
was
you, Jack.
great.
Wow.
That was a lot of
Hey,
fun.
Oh, yeah.
You all did admirably well. I will say this has been most fun.
I agree, although I have to ask, because those zombies got through that door a lot faster. I didn't see your beak go down behind that thing you've got set up over there. Did you even roll?
I don't have to for this. This game doesn't require that I do any rolling.
Oh, that doesn't seem fair.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
I
a
mean-
good story anyway, though. I liked it.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes sense though, actually, because there's a lot of us trying to go up against the things he's creating, so it's probably a lot faster if he doesn't have to roll the dice every single time. I mean, how many dice would he have had to roll for all of those zombies?
I'd
have been here for another hour.
That'd be way too hard to keep track of. That's a good point.
But this was a lot of fun, Cracker. You told a good story.
I wish to do this more often.
Thank you ever so much. I do appreciate it. And so, with that, I guess that is our adventure for this evening. Maybe there will be future adventures of our salty crew doing other things to pass the time, but we'll see. So, I guess that's going to be it for us, though, tonight. Thank you all for tuning in and joining. Hopefully, you had fun with us. And until next time, something funky little tieflings. I completely forgot what Tessa says.
She says, "Carry on, you funky little tieflings."
That's it. Good night, everybody.
Good
Night.
night.